What a great morning. It's a great morning. My kids are asleep. The whole family's quiet. They're all knocked out. They had a big, crazy day yesterday. It was so fun. It was really, really fun. I wonder if OBS is still running. Might take a while. It definitely says it's working though. It's great. As I figured out the perfect time. If I go out, what is it, 10 minutes before sunrise? So my watch tells me what time sunrise is. I know this is lame, but I'm gonna geek out a little bit. So my watch tells me sunrise is 6:11. So if I go out 10 minutes early, I can catch the sunrise, and there's absolutely nothing better in the day than a sunrise. It is absolutely by far the best time of the day. I love sunsets too, but there's something special about a sunrise, you know? You get up with the sunrise. Good morning. Good morning, Ligangar. Good morning to you. Assume you can see everything well. We're running on 3 modems today. Kind of proud of that. Yeah, we're gonna go up here and do a turnaround. We'll turn around and we'll be able to catch the sunset on the way back. Hopefully we'll have it in shot. I'm trying to figure out the best path every morning to get up and just do it. It's really great because I literally just woke up, you know. Does it look good? Awesome. Can you hear the birds are like freaking out, man? I almost don't want to talk. Ruin it, you know. And people with pollen allergies, I'll tell you something. In the morning is the lowest pollen count because all the dew. Yeah. In the morning, there's almost no pollen because, I mean, look at the grass. It's like covered with dew. Oh, this is wonderful. Up here we get a nice vista view. I'm feeling all ambitious today. I'm feeling like I'm gonna get up every day at sunset. Now that I got IRL streaming, you want to see something cool? That's like a tech thing. I know you don't care, but I'll show you. Wait, what? One of my modems is off. Why did my modem go off? I turn it back on. Look, you see that? That's almost as beautiful as the sunrise. That is 3 bonded modems working together in my pack. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's no tether on my phone. Yay. God, it's just so freeing. It's just so liberating. It really is. It's just really liberating. I'll turn up the sound here. Oh my God, it's just so gorgeous. Yeah. Oh, so my boys are in town. Yeah, I was gonna stream them yesterday, and we went on the nostalgia tour, but I'm really glad I didn't because it gave them a chance to really live, you know, get into the memories of everything. They, you know, these kids haven't been back. My kids, I mean, they're not kids, they're all in their 20s, and but you know, they've been up and at 'em. But they've never been back. They haven't been back here in a long time. So they were to come back, and we were able to go back to all their old schools, and it's a good thing because one of the schools literally closed last year. I'll probably bulldoze it and do something else there. We actually got out of the car and we like walked around, and we, I cannot recommend. It's funny because we did it on Memorial Day, and I know it was a veterans thing, which is really great. I actually went to the Veterans Memorial. This is the perfect place for us to walk right here. Yeah, right here. I also just want to go back and forth on this particular road because it's gonna always have good view of the sunset. You know what we could do? Let's try this. Let's walk down here for a while, and then I'll turn around when the sun starts to actually rise. And so you can just look at the stuff. I guess you know what I could do. I mean, let's get crazy here. What if I extend my tripod up and like rotate it? Would that even work? I don't know, I'm gonna try. You see the top of my head? It's like there, or God, no one's up. I could just hold the fucking thing. How about that? How's that? Is that okay? Yeah, that's literally the top of my head. I don't know. It's all good. It's all good. I'm in a fantastic mood because my kids are here. It's been fantastic. But I recommend it. I strongly recommend a nostalgia tour to everybody every once in a while. I call it nostalgia tours like when you go visit all the places that you once lived in, like every single second of your day. You know what I mean? It's like, what were you doing? What did you, what filled your time? Oh, there's the rooster. Yeah. I think it's just a good idea, I just do. That trampoline reminds me of I think we're gonna have to turn around. I have to turn around. We're gonna go see Doctor Strange today. Anybody else seen it yet? We're gonna go see Doctor Strange. I hope it's good. But yeah, we went to the schools, to their old school grounds. We went to their like old churches and looked in the window, and we went to all the parks that we used to go to. That rooster, he crows like all day though. He'll be crowing till like 2 p.m. It's literally sunrise. Sunrise is at 6:12 and the rooster's crowing. I mean, how cliche can you get? Hey, Jaeger. How cliche can you get? I'm a rooster, I'm crowing, it's sunrise. Like, dude, it's my job. It's my job, it's what we do. I was noticing there's no IRL streamers in the South at all. I saw one for a while, and I was like, God, I got a moral responsibility to stream this beauty. This is like right down from my apartment, all this beauty here. All right, we'll go back, because I have a feeling the sun's just about to crest in 2 minutes. What's great about being in North Carolina as opposed to like Utah is just how beautiful the unobstructed view is. You can see for miles and miles. There's no mountains. My kids are reminding me because they live in Utah right now, in Canada and in Idaho, and there's like mountains everywhere. So you don't get a really good sunset and a sunrise. You don't get a good one, because by the time you can see the sun, it's already like 10 o'clock, even if sunrise was 6 o'clock, because it's the Rocky Mountains are there, blocking everything. I'm also going to try to swear less You know what I might even do? I might even remove the mature rating on my. I know. People will be like, "I'm not watching you anymore." If you're not going to use profanity regularly, I'm going to stop watching you. You know, what is it about seeing your kids that makes you want to be a better person? I want to live longer. They came out of the airport, you know. We definitely have to come down here every day though, because we got to hear the rooster. I mean, what if we made it a tradition to like do the sunrise stream, even in the rain? Actually, in the rain, no. In the rain, I'll just go on a walking treadmill. Biaston City has the best sunrise. It probably does. There's some. I mean, yeah. Everybody's got different places. What would really be great is see. I have photos I'll show you guys on the lake. There's something very unique about being on the lake and doing the sunrises and sunsets. Yeah. I'm not even above like walking back and forth in this one section right here, even though we have this stupid power lines in the shot. Yeah. Here we go. Video buffering. Uh-oh. And I'm not doing it for lots of views. I'm just doing it because I want to get out. Have a good morning. There's got to be a spot on the lake that we can find though. It's going to have a good one. I wonder where we could go that would have a really good one. Really good sunrise. It sure is peaceful. I'll tell you that. Very, very peaceful. But yeah, there's trees everywhere. Sunset's quite melancholy. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, that's interesting too, because sunrises, they are really different, aren't they? Sunrises are so different than sunsets. Sunsets they're beautiful and everything, but sunrise, there's something about a sunrise. So I couldn't sleep because my kids are here and I'm kind of, well, you know, thinking about it. And I mean, the only thing I could think about was just all the memories I have of getting up at noon, you know, dawn, and doing yoga. Like I would go to the Ashtanga place and do my yoga. And I just remember just like walking back, having done Ashtanga with this beautiful sunrise, going, oh my God, you know. It still hasn't even really risen yet. I'm gonna keep walking until it does. But I'm trying to get it down perfect. New day, new opportunity, totally. Totally. I'm gonna turn my TTS up. I can hear you. And, you know, and the other thing too, you can't even hear the traffic. It's a Saturday morning, so we don't even have like crazy traffic on the main road, you know. I just don't know where the best. It's hard anywhere you have a lot of trees. It's really hard to get a good sunrise. It's unless you're by the lake, which is one of the things I'm thinking about. There's like some way I could drive to the lake. I think if we get on the main road here, we'll be able to see it. Have you ever been on the highway when it's been sunrising or sunset, and it's like it perfectly lines up with the highway? It's this craziest thing. It looks like the whole highway's on fire. Have you ever had that? I remember crossing the United States. I used to do it all the time to go see my kids. I do these like 5,000 mile trips, actually 5,500. And then, you know, it would just be this big, beautiful sunsets. I also get to see these like really mega storms, you know, in the Midwest. Oh, look at that. There you go. There you go. Do you see that? That pile of, there's like internally combusting. Seriously, it's like steaming. That pile of bark dust is steaming because it's internally combusting, you know. Look at that, everybody's asleep. Like, why would you be up on a morning on Memorial Day? Yeah. We got more trees in the way. I gotta find a good shot. I mean, you know, We'll find something. It's like lonely cars out in the middle of nowhere. We got a car behind us too. I wonder what they're doing. They're gonna be going boating or something. Okay, we're gonna walk on the road for a bit. Hopefully I won't get run over. I'll go on the other side of the road. Thank you. I'll go on the other side of the road. That car smells like cigarette smoke. Where's a good place we could get a good shot? I can't wait to get my bike working again. If I get my bike working again, we can like bike out to the good places, you know? And we can just hang. That'll be fun. I just kind of want to wake up and go see the sunset, sunrise, and then just get busy with work, you know? Not work, but whatever you're going to do for the day.
You should get yourself a good mirrorless. Makes walks that much more fun.
Mirrorless what? Oh, a mirrorless lens? Yeah. What are you talking about, a mirrorless lens? Are you talking about a mirrorless lens? Because I have a, this is the Max Lens mod, which is pretty good. Oh, camera, right.
For photos.
For photos, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'm willing to get obsessed again with photography. I'm a little afraid of it. Because, you know, when you obsess, oh God, there's the sun, see it? When you obsess about photography like I used to do, it takes over you, like consumes you. This whole IRL stuff has been totally consuming me. And so I'm a little concerned, you know? I am, because I'm kind of like coming off of the IRL thing finally. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm all settled. I got my modems running. I got, you know, kind of everything the way I want it.
And yes, I did get obsessed.
You did? Yeah, I know. That's the problem. It's like I did it because I got my family and kids around and stuff. In fact, yesterday I kind of had to. I don't know. I'm kind of camera shy. I know it sounds weird, but I'm kind of gun shy on it now. I don't want to actually, because my kids are back here, and the time I got obsessed with it was because of my family. All the family photos, you know. I was obsessed. Because I was like, oh, it's for family. It's like, I'm going to document our family and everything. And I took like thousands and thousands of pictures. And then I realized I was like, kind of not in the moment because I was so worried about the shot. You know, we would have these like crazy, amazing memory moments. And I would get depressed. And you'd be like, what? I would get depressed. Because I was like, oh shit, I didn't capture it on film. Oh no, I'm a horrible person. I mean, I was like, what the fuck? And one day I kind of woke up and said, you know, just be present. Just be present. You know, I actually started doing a weird thing. I would literally, because I was so obsessed with like framing a shot and everything, that I would like, when I would have a memory like that, I would like, okay, I'm going to take a picture in my mind. And so I would consciously think to myself, okay, I'm taking a picture now. And I would like push my head, and you know, not really, but I would like think about it, like really substantially think about what was happening. And I would like literally look at all the details of the shot. So I would look at like the same things if I were framing a camera photo. I would be like, okay, look at that contour there and everything. And then it worked. You know, as long as my brain still works, I'm still gonna have that, you know. There's really no better place for a shot here. I'm just looking for a whole bunch of different places. And it was kind of cool. Yeah.
Full-ass something rather than half-ass.
Yeah, that's my problem. I don't ever do anything kind of half-assed. When I do, there's this like obsessive guilt that hits me. It's like, you know, if you're gonna do it like the best. I don't know what that is. It's probably a problem. but there's really no good shots there. I'm gonna have to keep looking. But so yeah, so actually it really helped me because I was whoa, what's this down here? This road might be the answer right here. Like a nice country road there. God, there's not nearly as much traffic, huh? Anybody that's seen me stream before in this area, you know, but yeah. Oh, a raven. A lot of birds. So yeah, so I just kind of cured myself of that whole thing, and I was kind of in the moment. In fact, yesterday I brought my whole streaming rig, and all the kids were okay with it, but I'm kind of glad I didn't turn it on because there were some kind of emotional moments that they had, you know, going back to visit some of their places they haven't been in, like, you know, 10 years, 15 years. And I think that's substantial, you know. I think that's a thing. It's like you gotta kind of slow down, right? Oh, there's a nice country sunrise coming through the trees. Yeah, I think probably someone lives here though. It might be a business. If it's a business, we're fine. If it's somebody's house, you'll probably hear about it. If it's their house, I'll be like, I'm sorry, I was just filming the sunrise. And they're like, I mean, what southern person's gonna like get mad at you for filming the sunrise? I mean, really. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is so gorgeous. This might be the place that I walk to. It's actually pretty close. This is what I want to do in case you're wondering. Oh wow, they rent jet skis there. They rent jet skis. I would never stream that shit though. Oh, it's kind of bright. I should get one of those, what are those lenses called? What are they called? The asymmetric lenses? No, that's another name. It has another name. What is it? There's like a...
Morning.
Hey.
That's some nice morning view.
Oh, thank you, Gat Noob. Yeah, it's a little bright here, but I like it. This is a good place to go. We're close enough. Okay, this is a good spot, and it's pretty recluse. I mean, at least at sunrise, there's not gonna be anybody here. What I'm looking for is a standard place that I can go to every day, that I can just wake up and run to it. What time is it? So it's 6:24. It said sunrise is at 6:12, so that's like 12 minutes after sunrise. Kind of gets over the trees and everything. Oh man, it's just so nice out here. I kind of, you know what I should do? I used to do this all the time. Would it be weird? I would like take a patio lawn chair pad, and I would sit on the ground, and I would just be still. You know, it's kind of muddy here. I would do it right now. There's nothing like meditating like at sunrise.
Do you prefer rural living over cities?
I don't know. I don't have a preference. I think both are amazing. I wish I could live in New York. Actually, I love New York. I love metropolitan areas too. There's just so much variety. Why do you have to pick, you know? It's like 1 second you could be in the middle of the Grand Canyon, and the next minute you can be on a river. The next minute you can be in some farm, you know? It's I don't know. I mean, if I don't have a natural space that I can walk through, then I tend to get restless, but I don't know if it's because of the rural nature of it versus urban, or if it's, you know, what it is. I really don't know. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you have to, I mean, especially if you like live in like Petersburg or Moscow or you know, a big city. Like my wife, she grew up in LA. I I've seen glorious like mornings over Central Park in New York. Yeah, so just you can find it, you know. I don't have a problem with God, can you hear the roosters? There must be like 30 roosters from this that I can hear from here. Seriously, it's like one constant rooster crow. Can you hear him in the distance? There's like tons of roosters crowing in the distance. It's funny because this is kind of a modern farmland, you know, it's got like machinery on it. It's like a scene out of Fallout or something. There's like serious ass like, you know, stuff there. What does this say? I think it says, probably says don't go any further. You can hear them a bit. Yeah, they're really high pitched. I can just barely hear them. This is the time to me to bring my like ultra hyper mic. I got a mic that'll pick up everything, man. And it's stereophonic. Oh shit, that's gonna hurt somebody's day. You see that? It's a crepe box with nails sticking up. I don't want that. That's gonna really hurt somebody. They're gonna step on that, or their tires could have hit that, and it would be done. You see them? Somebody's gonna see me. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I said, "I'm just filming the sunrise." I'm like, "Who does that?" That's what they'll say. Oh wait, this is a place you can go apparently to do things. What is this? Oh, this is where you pick up sod. That's right. They sell lawn here. They sell like grass, and not the kind you think. They're beautiful. I don't know if we can. I mean, I don't know how much I'm pushing my luck here, because this is a corporate property. But I'm not really doing anything. I'm just walking here. Oh, see, this is like dead sod. That's like sod that didn't make it. It must be all the leftover. They're like, oh, we're gonna put that sod up. Yeah, this is a sod farm over here. They actually harvest and sell grass, like stuff. I'm probably okay walking over here. I don't know. I might hear about it, but. Oh my gosh, is this the fake lawn? This is the green stuff to like spray it in. Has anybody ever seen a lawn where they spray it in? Do you know what sod is? There's sod, right? Like, I'm just gonna throw that on the clay and see if it survives. Guess what? It won't. Yeah. I mean, this is kind of nice back here. I mean, nobody's here. They may have like. God, the birds are crazy in these trees, aren't they? They might have cameras or something, but this is one of those cases where holding a GoPro in your hand is a good thing, because anybody who catches you on like, you know, security cam or something, be like, oh, he's just filming the sunrise. You know what I mean? I mean, I look pretty innocuous, or, you know, innocent here. I'm not gonna go ballistic on anybody's. Like, what would I gonna do? Steal grass? God, there's a trail down here. Well, now I got to know where the trail goes. I mean, what good explorer wouldn't? God, they've dumped old sod there. You see that? Like lots of old sod dumped. I've been telling people that the hairy vine is poison ivy. It's not. It's poison oak, of course. My kids reminded me last night. It's poison oak, Dad. I went, oh yeah. Yeah, there's like a nice mist there. There's like some kind of development going on back there. Look at this. This is where everybody dumps their bad sod, apparently. All the sod that didn't work. This is a tree. Apparently this is a lawn farm. Hey, how's it going? How do you say that? Did? Thayed? Thayed. Thayed. You say it, that's how you say it, right? Thayed. And I didn't bring my trail shoes because I didn't think I was going to be off-road. Now I know better. I'll bring them next time. This is actually a nice place to go. I wonder during the weekdays what time they open. It's probably open like 10 or 11. Oh God, there's a really great space up here. This is some fun exploration. I want to get to the point where I can just wake up and go sit and watch the sunrise. Oh my gosh. Bah! Should I do the soundtrack? We should make a soundtrack. The IDY. The IDY? The IDY? I will never forget that now. That's really unique. I can actually sit here though. Not too many dangerous things. Oh God, it's like muddy. I got something in my... You can look at my feet, or you can look at the sun. Which would you rather look at? It's like, it's not even rising anymore. It's like up. Like the sun is no longer rising. The sun has risen. Bum, 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 bum. I'll put you here for a second. I'll put you right here for a second. How's that? I fix my shoe. Oh my God, it's so nice here. You know what? They can't see me too, because I'm kind of like over a ridge. This might be my new spot. I used to do this all the time. I would come out and just sit and walk or meditate or whatever, or pray. Just watch the sunrise. Helps me get my day started better. I think my kids are here visiting. It's kind of hectic when they're up. I love them to death. So much energy. We ate at Cracker Barrel yesterday. Anybody know Cracker Barrel? We'll have to go to a Cracker Barrel just to like, if anybody who doesn't know America, particularly the South, Cracker Barrel is a pretty common name. Vitamin D boom, I think it might be too, yeah. It looks like a piss spot. Well, based on all the like thrown out, oh, you know what? Wait a second. Okay, we might get yelled at, but we're gonna risk it. We're gonna risk it because we're explorers without the trail shoes. We're explorers. Yeah. Oh God, I got shit all over my shoes already. I want to see what it's like over here. This is becoming kind of a common thing, isn't it? I was like, what's over there? I have to know. It's like this big old bulldozed place. What the fuck are they doing here? I have to know this. I have to know this. And I don't have to come back after this. Look at this, like all bulldozed. God, you can still hear the roosters. This reminds me of a scene from Avatar. Doesn't it? This is like a scene from Avatar, I swear to God. It's got all the tracks of all that. There's like one tree. One tree used to be down there and it got totally bulldozed. Look at that. Totally clear cut. They're getting ready to put more houses. Man, they are just dumping the houses over here. Houses are everywhere. God, I thought it was a snake. It wouldn't be a snake out here. Everything out here is dead. This tractor's got a hold of this land. I kind of want to explore it some more. I mean, why the fuck not? What time is it? Nobody's up in my house. Avatar 2, I know. I'm a big Avatar fan. I'm not gonna, I know it's lame. I don't care. I love it. I love Avatar. I love Avatar. I get weepy-eyed. I like what it's talking about. I like that it's cliche. I like that it's Fern Gully with CGI. I like that it has Zoe, what's her face? The super hot Avatar chick. who got to invent the language, by the way. They made this. They got some guy from Stanford or something to invent all this like big ass, this like crazy language. And then she was having trouble with it. And then they said, "You say it how you want to say it." And so she got to invent the pronunciation of the whole language. Isn't that cool? I thought it was next year or is it this year? I thought it was this year. They've been already showing trailers for it and stuff. Then again, Maverick was released in 2018 and it actually didn't release. It just got, you know. Experty, how are you? Good to see the regulars here. VR Linux. Oh, you did see it? Oh, the original movie. Oh, it's good. Yeah. And it looks like, seriously, doesn't this remind you of Avatar though? Right here. This is kind of relevant. I mean, I wonder how many international people. One of the things I really was fascinated with when I went, you know, abroad, was all of the machinery. God damn, we're like going to Rooster Central here. You know what? Nobody is around it. How many of you have ever seen like an American bulldozer? I remember being. This is a private line. I'm gonna get yelled at. Oh well. I remember being, you know, abroad. It was like in Russia in particular, and just remembering how different all of their machinery was. You know, all of their machinery was different, and you grow up and you're like fascinated with, you know, backhoes and stuff like that. At least I was. And you know, it was, God, this mud is so weird. Look at it. It's like, oh, it's so, I love it. I won't lie. There's a big part of me. This whole IRL streaming has made me into the 12-year-old again, or the actually crazy, more like a 9-year-old. I'm like running around in the mud, going different places, trying different things. Oh God, it's so muddy here. Oh. A lot of people don't see it. You know about cat machines and stuff? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know much about them, but I love them, you know? And, you know, if somebody caught me right now, what would I say? I would say, I just really want to video the tractors. I don't have my John Deere hat on. I left my John Deere hat at home. But I have like a sincere love of like farm machinery and shit, even though I still feel kind of like the Avatar thing, you know, like it just bulldozes down nature. It's still fun. It's kind of like this, you know, ironic appreciation. Oh God, what is that? That is not a dog. Those are prints, dude. And they are not dog prints. Those are not dog prints. And they're fresh. They're fresh. Those are today. Those prints are today, like this morning prints. Look at this. Brand new prints. Something has been walking around out here. And those are, I'm going to say coyote or wolf. And God knows they're here because there's like all the squirrels and bunnies up. It looks like he was just passing through though. I'm sure he doesn't care about me. Okay, so you remember the Avatar movie, right? God, look at this shit. Isn't this crazy? I'm glad I'm getting this. It was definitely a wolf. It's either a wolf or a coyote. We have lots of coyotes here. But it would have been in a pack and it was just by itself, so I don't know. It might have been a stray dog, a feral dog. Look at that deer. Brought to you by John Deere and Hitachi. You know, I'm sure somebody would yell at me for doing this, but if the guys who operate this machinery or gals, they would be like, yeah, dude, we get it. I mean, doesn't it just bring back those Avatar vibes? Look at those things, man. You see Hitachis in Norway a lot? I mean, God, look at this. It just gives me goosebumps looking at it. It's just a little scary too, but it's like all the, and here's the thing, here's the cat, right? It just looks like they just took this stuff straight out of the Avatar movie or vice versa. Oh, look at this. I didn't notice this before. So you don't trip while you're climbing into it, I guess. Well, that makes sense. You got all that mud on your feet, you know? God, this equipment is so expensive too. Yeah, Hitachi makes. Oh yeah, they totally do. Dear, brought to you by. Where's my hat? I need my John Deere hat. I know they don't let people repair their shit and all that. I know. I don't care. I know. Look at that shit, man. Yeah. That'll break through all kinds of stuff. God, it's like so amazing. Unlawful to operate this equipment within 10 feet of overhead high voltage lines. I wonder why. This is perfect photography conditions too, so this is kind of fun. I'm gonna have this on permanent record. Also, I could get myself in trouble. It's like, wait, are you walking around the construction sites? Yeah, I am. But am I doing anything bad? No. And it's all captured for everybody to see. What is this thing? This is like a huge conveyor. Look at this hydraulics, man. I won't even lie. There's a part of me that's like obsessed with hydraulics. I don't know. It's like the engineer in me. Like, I feel sort of unsafe walking under this one, but oh well. What is that thing? It's just a big. Oh, there's a house back there. Look at that. That's who would call on me. So yeah. Yeah. It's just, you know, big ass electronics. I mean, engineering stuff just always has interested me. This one is crazy. This looks like something out of a sci-fi. What the fuck is this? Is this like this is like, I think this is like an industrial. It is. This is an industrial chipper. Holy shit. Look at how big it is. That's what she said. Both of these are chippers. Yeah, they're like big ass chippers, man. Oh my God. You'd need that with all the trees here and stuff, you know? Yeah. Aerodynamics and pneumatics guy. Are you really? Oh, see, I could totally get into that. I could totally get into it. I'd probably end up dead. But just the whole science of it, that they can move such big things with just little tiny pressurized, you know, hydraulics. That's just so stinking cool to me. It's so stinking. My dad was a piping engineer. You know, he would write up the designs and he'd go on site to do like, you know, Phillips 66, you know, petrol stations and like things where they would, you know, refineries and stuff like that. He'd always be going in there like, man, you made a mistake. God, look at that. I actually got to operate a backhoe once. I did. I rented a backhoe because I was going to dig a hole for our trampoline to go into. But I was so close to the house, I remember, because the arms were like really sensitive, I remember thinking, if I tap this arm just a little bit too much, I will knock out the left side of my house. It was like, you know, you commit and you're committed. I mean, you're like really committed, you know? God, those roosters just will not fucking shut up. Do you hear them? I'm sorry, I swore again. I'm trying to not swear as much. There's a scene from America for you right there. Beautiful nature, bulldozers and roosters in the background, baby. I mean, it's like, this is like such an American scene right here. Bulldoze nature, clear-cutting nature for development, while the roosters freak the fuck out. They're super beautiful, though. We got it already. It's time to wake up. Okay, we got it. Oh my God. Can you just calm the fuck down, roosters? You just don't know how, I guess, huh? Where does this go? Famous last words. Where does this go? Good morning to you, too. Good morning, roosters. I have a friend who lived on a farm, and it's actually a Mormon missionary friend, and he could do a perfect rooster. Oh my God. He had it down. So he lived on a farm. We get it. You know what it is? The sun just hit them. The sun just hit them. See from the shadows? The shadows weren't on them before. He says that they got the sun on them. They're like, oh my God, it's time to wake up, everybody. Oh look, more tracks. More tracks. Are they called cocks? I call them roosters. You could call them a cock. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? That's a crane or some shit. You see that footprint? That's a crane. And there's a crane, and then there's like wolf prints. Or dog prints. Gosh, this beautiful field. It's all going to be a suburb. And y'all know I stream suburbs. It's a left arrow. I know. It looks like the wolf is letting us know what direction they went. It wasn't. It was that's like a blue heron or something. Yeah. See, they're there again. See? See? I'm glad I got the GoPro out so I can show y'all. Yeah, look at that. That's like a good one. Yeah, you can even see, look, you can see the segments of the foot and everything there. I'm letting my inner 10-year-old run wild right now. My inner 10-year-old is running wild. What is that? What's that right here? What's this? Oh, it's a cooler. It's got beer in it. What the fuck? I'm too young to drink beer. I'll throw it against a rock and watch it blow up. I may or may not have done that as a child. I came home smelling like beer. I had beer all over me. My friend had beer all over him. And we thought it was the craziest shit ever. We thought that was so funny. Oh, God. Holy shit. Oh, that's deer. That's deer. That's easy because there's lots of them, too. They're bigger. I was like, holy shit, and there's a lot more weight. There's a lot more weight involved. That's a deer. Yeah, where'd they go? Now we're just doing the Witcher thing. Now we're doing the Witcher thing. Yeah. The deer go off into the trees there. So there's still wildlife here. Trying to figure out what to do. It's like, where did my grazing ground go? What do we do? Okay, I'll tell you the story. So when I was about, I want to say 10 years old, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, that age. Maybe younger actually. No, I was older than 8 because my mom let me run around the house. I mean, out in the neighborhood and everything all by ourselves. We were Gen X, right? So people didn't care. They just stick you outside and let you do whatever. And ours was the first house built on the block. So the only other person on the street became my friend, and then we would run around to all the construction sites, with like bare rebar and power tools that were on break, and we would just look around and play with shit, all the time. And God, I had 2 friends though. They had no ethics whatsoever. They broke out all the windows in a house once. I was like, oh my God, that is so not me. I'm not doing that. But one time we were at a construction site and we found a cooler full of beer. It was like the construction guy's beer. Deer and coyote. Yeah, you did see that, right? There was something going on there. There was definitely some coyote looking, and then there was the deer. I wonder if you could smell the deer because they were definitely headed in that direction. That was probably last night. Those are super fresh tracks, and it's been raining a lot, so you can tell from the ground. So we found this cooler of beer, and we're like, what are we gonna do here? And we were kids. We didn't want to drink it. We weren't that weird. We weren't that bad. I mean, we were Mormon and stuff. And so we were like, well, okay, we'll make sure they can't drink it because beer's bad for you. So we would shake them up and throw them against the rocks, and they would blow up. These beer cans would just blow up and start spraying beer everywhere. and I had like all of this beer all over us. And, you know, we were just, you know, we're crazy little kids, you know, we would come home not thinking mom was ever going to know. It's one of those moments where you like think your mom knows all, and you're like, oh my God, how does my mom know everything? My mom is so intelligent. She has like a superhuman sense. And like, no, she was an adult who knows what beer smells like. Oh shit. Oh shit. I could fall in quicksand right there. Look at that. There's some erosion for you right there. God, look at that. I love how, oh God, there's a house right there. Shit, I'm gonna be in trouble. You see it? Oh my God. Look at that. It's like they tried to make like a thing to block it. And it's just like, went all the way down. All right, there's a house over there, and I'm sure they're not gonna appreciate, they probably already don't appreciate construction in their backyard. So, actually, I think I know these houses. I think we've been on the other side of that road. Prohibition. Uh-oh, more deer. What are they doing here though, man? There's nothing here. Man, those are fresh tracks. Those are like this morning tracks. Well, now we know where they came from. Then there's a lot of them too. There's more back there. There's a whole bunch of deer. This must have been their natural space. They used to walk, but where the fuck are they going to go? They got to find someplace. Because, you know, Avatar movie is happening here. There's no fucking One Tree anymore. They bulldozed that shit down. Police. A crazy person walking around talking to himself with a camera. I told you, the camera is one of the few things that would save me in this particular case. So I'm like proudly putting it out in front of me. I mean, seriously, anybody who sees me, they're going to see I'm bald and I got gray hair. I'm slightly overweight. And I'm running around with the camera and they're like, oh my God, that retired guy got a GoPro. The retired... You know, he's retired, he's eccentric. He just, you know, that's what I'm counting on. That's what I'm counting on. They're gonna be like, oh, it's Memorial Day. He's probably here with his family. They got him out of the old folks' home, and he's off the rails. His grandkids got him. There actually is a guy who is like uncle with a GoPro or something like that. He's an older guy. He like welded himself an entire rig for his GoPro because he has nothing else to do. He's just retired and everything. I saw him on YouTube. It's so funny. You just know that's exactly what happened. Like some family member said, oh, I wonder if Pop would like a GoPro. So they're like, they buy him a GoPro, and then he's like, no, he's unstoppable. You know, he's like all over the place. Like, this is the best rig you could ever have. It's like, you know, some people like making fishing lures. He's like running around making GoPro rigs. I mean, all right, roosters. A chubby elderly photographer steer a property, exactly. I'm a little bit chubby. I'm trying to get off the chubby. Oh God, look at that. The thing is crazy about that, there was actually, look at those bird tracks are as fresh as the wolf track. God, what is that? Somebody looked up that print right there. Yeah, German Shepherd. Whatever it is, it's not on a leash, that's for damn sure. See, if I'm going to get healthy, this is how you're going to get me to do it. Get me outside, like, tracking animals and shit. That's why I like Witcher so much. Oh my God, you guys, roosters, noise pollution. There's a noise pollution ordinance in this area. We got it. They're like, okay, you know what the problem is? I figured it out. There's too many roosters there. No, there's too many cocks there. And what happens when you put a whole bunch of cocks in one area? Yep, they try to out-cock each other. That's what's happening. Those cocks are trying to out-cock each other. I'm a bigger, stronger, louder cock than you. That's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. There's too many males over there. They are. They're like, all those males are, oh yeah, watch this. You think that was loud? Watch this. That's exactly what's happening. It's like if it's the only cock, if it was the only cock in town, he'd be like, all right, okay, when can I have a beer? Is it early enough yet? Can I have a beer? Honey, bring me my beer. All right, I did my crow, I'm done. But no, there's like lots of hungry young cocks there. And that is a cock fest. It absolutely is. That is the appropriate terminology, by the way, in terms of service people, in case you're wondering. I am not being derogatory. I am using the proper farm terminology. Whose cock is loudest? Which cock is the loudest? That is literally what they're doing. That's horrible. It's horrible. I told you I'm 10 years old. I'm like laughing like a 10-year-old now. Somebody said cock. That's what happens when I get out. There's that old guy reverting to his 10-year-old face. Holy shit. Oh my god, I just about planted the GoPro right in the mud on that one. Somebody clipped that shit. Oh my god. It was the deer tracks. I was like, deer tracks, and all of a sudden, what? Also, I'm not wearing my trail shoes. This is what happens. Oh, my wife's gonna have a field day with this when I come home. Like, what? What were you doing? Oh shit, it's like so slippery here. It's like so slippery. I told you I was 12. Did I say 12? I meant 10, maybe 9. I'm sure happy though. I don't care what you say. I don't care what y'all say. I'm having a good time. I am doing a 10-year-old impression. Dude, look! You can't see it, but the GoPro, the stick of the GoPro is like totally covered in mud. The GoPro remained unscathed. I'm like, no, not the GoPro. Yeah, I'm a meme person. I kind of am. I've been told that before by people who know me, so whatever. That was not staged. That was a legitimate stunt. I know there's people not beyond staging that shit. Not me. I would never do that. It makes me look foolish. Officer, what happened to you? This is where my wife gets worried, by the way. My wife gets totally worried at this point. She'd be like, if she were to like tune in right now, which she's not, she's going to sleep until 11 or something. So she'd be tuning in and she'd be like, oh my God, are you okay? Because she loves me. She loves me. I don't know why, but we're walking down here now. It's because I can't stop. I can't stop. It's way too addictive. I need to fix my GoPro. Whoa, sorry, too much adjustment. There we go. I mean, if I had not been carrying the GoPro, that might have been slightly safer, because then I could have put my hand down, but then I don't know what else would have happened there. It was an accident. Thematically. Wait, what? There's more tracks here. More tracks. Tracks, look, dead roots of former trees. I mean, I can't even stop showing all this stuff. This is like really fun. I am having a fucking blast. I don't know about you. I am having the time of my life. A theatrical fall. Whoa! No, I mean, that made me remind me. Oh. We found who's making him. It's vultures. They're right here. There's 3 of them. What are they looking for? There they are. There's the big footprint things. You know what they're looking for? You know what they are? These are vultures. They're looking for dead animals at the Avatar site. That's not. They're turkey vultures. Shit, are you seeing this? Can you see them? There's turkey vultures here looking for dead animals, mice and shit. Look at them. There's like a whole clan of turkey vultures. There they go. We found them. We found them. I told you they were fresh tracks. There they are. They're off in the distance. We found them. Oh my God! It's like we're trackers and didn't even want to be. I feel very proud. That's a big fucking turkey vulture. Did you see that one jump the fence? Did you see that one jump the fence? I'm gonna be sneaky. I have to be sneaky now. Be very quiet. We're hunting turkey vultures who are hunting, I don't know what. Why would they be here? Are they literally looking for dead shit? That one's in trouble. He can't. He's like, okay, I gotta go. There he goes. Now I'm more inclined to follow the turkey vultures. I think it's safe to say there was definitely something trying to get a turkey vulture out here. They're looking for clues to solve a criminal case. I mean, if you're going to get exercise, this is the way to do it, right? I really regret not wearing my trail shoes. I will never do that again. I'm like, I don't want to wear down my treads. All right, fine, they're gone. All right, on we go. Nobody's up yet at my house, so I'm gonna keep walking. Because it's good exercise. I already had breakfast. Normally I would like get up. This is what I'm gonna do from now on. I'm gonna try. Anyway, wait, did you hear that? There's a different noise. There's a different noise coming over here. I don't know where to. Fond of serverless. How far? Oh, not very far. Like a mile or two. My kids are gonna wake up and we're gonna go watch something of madness. What's serverless? Serverless is a technology thing. I don't know. First of all, it depends on your definition of serverless. This is one of those times where I'm reminded that I'm actually a technologist, and I would wish I was an engineer and an explorer. I'm kind of living a dual life here. Serverless is a work topic. Those boots were made. These are not made for walking. Holy shit, these are not made for walking. I still have the like hole there. I know, I'm a walking meme. I'm going to add that to my list of accolades. You're a walking meme. I'm like, I am. I absolutely am. I ran into some of the people that I mentored last night, random people. We went to our old town and to go, see where I used to live and stuff, show my kids. Yep. It was kind of fun. I ran into some people. They were all grown up. They were in a band. They had friends in a band. The band was playing at the old pub I used to go to. It's really fun. Gotta look at that mud. I'm staying away from that. God knows I'll hear about it. I'm gonna already hear about it. You know what? If I'm stealthy, I can get home and have a shower before anybody notices. And then they have to actually watch the stream, which they don't do normally. Yeah. It's gonna dump out on the road, and I think I know where to go from there. So 7:04. Dive in. I know it feels like diving in. I feel like it. I might actually inadvertently. Ooh, a little bit more slippage there. Serverless. My kids are awesome. They have not stopped talking. You understand? They haven't seen each other in several years. One flew in from Canada. One from Utah. Another one flew in from Idaho. So, can you believe it? You would love them. I might actually stream them. They said they were fine being streamed and stuff, but I didn't feel like doing it yesterday because we were having a good time. We took a lot of pictures. We went to eat at Cracker Barrel. My life and stepson always laugh at me when I say I want to eat at Cracker Barrel because they think it's like lowbrow. I'm like, fuck that. I have great memories eating at Cracker Barrel. So I go to Cracker Barrel. We had a big old starchy meal. Oh shit. Deer, more deer. God damn, look at those deer. They about fell in there. I don't know, man. It's like a moat. It's like a moat. I don't know what we're going to do here. I don't know enough about serverless to hate it, but I have a bad feeling about it. That's my short answer. Why do you need it? Why not just use Kubernetes? The problem with serverless is you think it is this nice simple solution, and then your application grows out of scale, and then you're like, fuck. And you have to rewrite the whole thing. Whereas if you approach it from like a Kubernetes or orchestration kind of perspective with microservices, it can grow. It's complicated, but it can grow still. Bottom line, that's the short answer. So I hope you had your ears on there. God, we haven't even had a single hiccup on the stream though. I've got 3 modems running, in case anybody didn't notice. Yeah, I was talking about this earlier today. I've got 3, check this, I'm gonna show you, as soon as we got more people here. Tammin is gonna love this. Why does my set, you know what happens? Import source is stalled. It keeps, you know what it does? It's like, I don't need the 3rd modem, so I'm gonna turn it off. It keeps doing that. It's so weird. I've been trying to have it go between all 3. It automatically turns it off every once in a while. I wonder if it's like bumping the connection or something. It might be. I have to check that more often. So like if 1 modem goes down, it still has 2. And 2 was fine before. I actually have 4 modems now. I mean, it's pretty hard to find an IRL streamer with 4 modems. Oh shit! Oh my god. I have made a horrible mistake. I immediately regret my decision. Did you see that? Holy shit. Oh, that was terrifying. I almost like, so if I sink up to my knees and I can't get out, because I can't, I mean, look at that. And this isn't like mild mud. This is the kind of mud that sucks you in and doesn't let you back. It's like, it's like full on La Brea shit, you know? By the way, why am I here again? And how do I get out of here? God, I hope this goes out up here. If it doesn't go up, we're gonna have to walk all the way back like last time. But it'll be a good exercise. This is a great exercise. I just totally wore the wrong shoes. This is like the worst shoes possible. I wore my flat running shoes. I thought I was gonna be on it was just gonna be a sunset, and now it's like a whole thing. It's like a whole thing. I know, I'm running around a construction site. Oh God. It's just woodpecker. Did you hear that? Did you hear the woodpecker? There's a woodpecker. You can hear a woodpecker a mile away. They're crazy. Like a real woodpecker. They're crazy. They slam their heads on the. I don't see how they survive that. Like random construction shit. I may or may not have stolen construction shit before. Mostly old caulk guns because I thought they were super awesome. Like right here. No, this is not caulk, it's spray paint. God, I am so lost. Everybody's like, is he gonna make it? Is he gonna make it alive this time? I'm gonna get eaten by a grue one of these days. What the hell is this stuff? Who knows construction? You can tell us. I don't even know what that stuff is. God damn, more cats. More cat machinery. You know, there's no way I could ever film this during the day. Because, I mean, during an actual work day. Because it'd be so busy, you know? How do they get this shit in here? I mean, where do they come from? It must be down here. I'm guessing. I could probably... That's got a big old... God damn, look at those things. They're so huge. Oh my God, that's so cool. I wonder how much one of those costs. How much is a big old cat like that? Look at those wheels. That just reminds me of Avatar. Remember with that arrows out of them? Wow. I can't not look at this stuff. Look at that sucker. Pile driver, it looks like. Big old scoop. Seriously, this stream brought to you by Avatar the movie. Not yet released. Well, they all drove in here somewhere. I actually think they came from this other angle over here. I think they came from down here. And not over there. I don't know which one. Oh, here's like feet. Those are human tracks. Where are the human tracks going? Somebody turned around. Somebody came here and will look at everything and turned around just like me. Look, these are older tracks though. That's not old. That was this morning. That wasn't, no, maybe yesterday. That was not me. So let's see where this person went. Where did this person go? They just come down here and turn around, or do they keep walking? They went for a walk. They had their construction boots on. Yep. They're hanging out. That guy slid. They're hanging out. That must have been construction people. I don't see anything down there. I have a feeling this doesn't go through, but I have to know whether it does or not. Oh, more feet. These are older tracks though. What happened? Did we lose connection to there for a second? Sorry about that. Yeah, oh, fresh automobile tracks that look like truck size. Fresh truck size tracks. That means this is the exit. All right. All right, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Still a beautiful sunrise. And then we got the little tiny baby like cats that you can rent and bring at your house. There's a John Deere, see? Seriously, why did I not buy one of my John Deere hats? If I had my John Deere hat right now on, everybody would think I was just like surveying the land or something. That's all. What's up with the disconnected shit? What is going on? Are you guys getting disconnected? I'm not seeing it if you are. It's, you know what? My thing keeps canceling one of my modems. It's like, no, I got plenty of bandwidth with the other two. I wonder what's up with that. It's going to be hard to spread the bandwidth over all three. You know what I mean? Last time I did this, I fell because I wasn't watching where I was going. Since you guys took it to one. Short disconnects. I don't know what's up. It's like it keeps disconnecting. I had card error. What the fuck? I think I just overheated my capture card. Now, you know what's happening? The battery connection is getting loosened up. Yeah, my other two modems just died again. See it? Yeah, I mean, it's holding up pretty well, but I can tell I gotta lock stuff down more. Yeah, see though, that's what's happening. Those modems are coming online, and they're coming online wrong. It's a good thing I got those other two in there. I gotta lock them down better. I'm gonna have to use cables. I didn't want to do that, but I'm gonna have to do that. Yeah, watch, these will switch over. They'll switch over to the 10 dot network after a while. I want to make it so they stay on the 10 dot network all the time. They like have conflicting IPs. Here they go, see? And then when they come back, only one of them comes online and it doesn't re-enable the other one. So that's what's going on. We've been having blips. I've been shaking my modem or something and causing it to go off. Or maybe the capture card's too hot or whatever. It comes back pretty safe though. You know what it is? Oh, I think I know what it is. 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 It's because I don't have enough energy, power. That's got to be it. Because every time I turn on that other modem, it goes down pretty soon after that. Yeah. I turn the modem on and it goes down, and that means it's drawing too much power. And then it kills the capture card because it doesn't have as much power. because I think, no, the capture card's coming straight out of the rig, so we should be fine. I don't know. So, I mean, it's the first time I've gone out with a new rig, by the way. Yeah, I got 2 new modems. No, it's a battery. It's not the power. It's all the connections is what it is. The connections get jarred or something. It's one of 2 things. There's not enough consistent power hitting all of the devices that are plugged into the USB now. Before we didn't have that many devices. We only had the 2, right? Oh, hey, it's Perth. I know right where we are. Actually, we came out on this road a long time ago. Remember? When we did the walk last time. And I was like wondering where that big ass road went. Now I know. Now I know exactly where it goes. What's that? Oh shit. What kind of battery? I'm using the Anchor. But I think it's power distribution. I think that's what's happening. Because the two AT&T modems that are connected now. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, there's two AT&T modems connected now, and the capture card I know because I had the, well, I'm pretty sure it's the USB the green, you know the USB extender, Temin. The Anchor model, it's the 2800 or whatever. I got 2 of them actually now. They're both in there. They don't fail over automatically. There's like a number of points of failure that it could be, but I have a strong feeling that it's because of the extra modem. Because every time, watch, we'll try it again since we're just going home now. Yeah, I know. Approach the power adjusting cam and USB hub. Yeah, but the USB hub I think is the one that's dying on me. Because the USB hub is running 2 modems on it right now. The USB modem is running 2 modems. I've noticed before where I had the 3 modems on it. So I have 3 modems and a capture card. And the capture card is going straight into the USB 3, and the modems are going into. All the modems are going into the. And the one is going in Ethernet, which is actually super good. I don't know if you noticed this, but having the Ethernet connection is a good thing. Because, wait, what? Why does that say ETH 1 and 2? Are they all on my hub? Oh my God, you know what's happening? I know what's happening now. I thought they were supposed to be USB. I think I know what's happening. I think that they're getting a new IP and they're phoning home to the hotspot, which is going to really burn my bandwidth fast on that hotspot. Yeah, I mean this is a fun test. Yeah, this is a suburb. I mean we could walk through it if you want. It's a nice suburb. This is, I mean, we've been through the suburb a lot before, but that's what's happening. So this is what I think happens. So because I have the 192 addresses, because before it said USB, and now it's saying Ethernet. Right, Temin? Hey, Potato. Get up, Copilot, I hate it. Negative issues. I don't think you should use. I think Copilot's a horrible mistake. First of all, anybody using it, I think it's a horrible mistake. I hate it. Copilot returns proprietary data all the time, and so you end up with proprietary snippets of code in your source code when you code with Copilot. I think a lot of legal teams for proprietary software companies are going to be banning Copilot big time. It's already proven that it can't be reliable for that. It's really amazing at the amount of things it can do to finish code and stuff, but that's because it's looking at code bases that it has no control over. It's never filtered what the code base. They've already proven that it pulls up proprietary code. We have no idea what code went in there. GitHub says they use off the GitHub code base. Well, that means you're trusting every stinking project on GitHub to do it. So that'd be a no. No to Copilot, particularly if you're writing proprietary software. If you just want to learn how to code and you need some help, or you're writing, I mean, there's lots of reasons you could probably mess around with it, but I would never use it for anything serious, including open source software. Because if you work on an open source project and you end up putting proprietary software in there, and some code company who's really a patent troll goes through and sifts all the data, all the code off of GitHub to find all the people that are violating their patents, which they could totally do, they would like trigger you, and then they'd find out who was on the project and they'd go after them. You don't think that legal shit's going to happen, but it does happen all the time. I've been around long enough to see it happen, so that I would never use it. Sometimes it's amazing. Yeah, no, that's pretty much that's what I understand. I won't use it. I won't use it because I don't want to be tainted. I want to be able to answer the question very, like, without lying and say, have you ever used Copilot? And I'll say no. Because if I ever do get asked to write software for free and open source or projects, or I would never probably write code for a proprietary company again, although I'm not above it. I probably would do it if it was the right thing, you know. Like at IBM, I couldn't write any code. If I were using Copilot at IBM, I would lose my job. I swear to God, they would fire me for that if they found out. I know that because of the level of scrutiny that they put through on all of our projects, including the open source projects, because they're so into their IP. This is shit. Yeah, technical preview. And it suggests code from other people repos. I mean, the people who like it don't have any concept of what enterprise legal pedigree research entails. They have no context for it. So they think it's really awesome and everything. But if you've ever worked for an actual company, like a company that has a legal team who gives a shit, hey, there's a bunny. Happy bunny. Look, all the wildlife is out in force this morning. So, my suggestion is just avoid it. You don't need it. You don't need it. You can look your stuff up. You don't have to deal with the pedigree problems. You can work for big-ass companies like IBM and others. You might think you don't want to work for IBM, but when there's no other job, which might happen since a bunch of silicon people are getting shuttered because there's shit. Okay, the one good use for these metal things is this. But I'm not going to do that. That's mean. I have to wash my shoes. We were on this road the other day. So I don't know what to say about that. I don't think I'm just being an old curmudgeon saying that. I really think using proprietary code without knowing is a bad thing, and I would not do it. A birdie. We're chasing the bird. The bird's like, are you really going to keep walking this way? Why don't you go the other way, bird? It's like, I am not flying. I don't want to put myself out here. Like, wait, what are you doing up? It's too early. Why are humans up? You're not supposed to be up yet. The bird is like annoyed. The bird's annoyed with me. Why are you awake? Fresh in nature, it is. I have the Nighthawk modem, one of them. No, I don't have the one Nighthawk modem. The other two are the wireless Inseego modems. And they're great, by the way. I really love them. They're really great. They work really well. I have the feeling they draw a little bit too much power from the U-green adapter. That's what I think. That's my theory. I tried to do everything in the USB adapter and then have the hotspot on it as well, just because it was an easier wiring scenario. And I'm glad I stopped, and let me tell you why. When you have the Ethernet plugged in, there's no way that Ethernet connection is going to fail, because the hotspot's power adapter is directly tied into the battery, which is annoying because it's an extra wire. That's why I tried to change it without it. But the advantage of that is that when your other USB modems go down, or any of your modems go down, or your tether goes down, that Ethernet hotspot does not go down. It never goes down. It has never once gone down. The only time the Ethernet hotspot has ever gone down, ever, was when I ran out of data on it. Which happened, and I called it in and I said, hey, can I recycle it already? And they said, yeah. So what you do is you just call in on the prepaid thing and you recycle it. So it's actually not that big a deal if you don't. If you're using prepaid, I learned so many things. I'm going to document all this. Nobody needs to worry. I don't think we need to go to Harris Teeter. I could ask my wife if she needs anything though. Sorry. So, but I don't. I mean, since Temin is on, I'll go ahead and share it. Temin, by the way, Temin, T-E-M-I-N, has been like invaluable at helping me get all this IRL stuff set up. It's been really great. Lots of suggestions. Told me about Bella Cloud, Bella UI, which really, Bella Cloud and Bella UI, that really sealed the deal. That really changed everything. And how's it going, S-Bill? And so let me just tell you what I discovered here. So, and AT&T, by the way, AT&T is hands down. So any IRL streamers are listening, or one IRL stream, listen up. So I've done this research the hard way. I went to T-Mobile, I went to Verizon, I went to AT&T. AT&T is the only company in America that has $55 for 100 gigabytes of data per month. It is by far the cheapest. And the only way they offer you that is through the prepaid system, which is actually better, and I'm going to tell you why. So you don't have to buy a phone and commit and all that other stuff for the mobile thing, even though I'm probably going to move my mobile over there just to have everything in under one roof. And, I mean, uh-oh. Time to clean my shoes. I gotta clean my shoes. I'm cleaning my shoes. So, you started type checker programming. Really cool. Oh, awesome. So here's how it goes. Yeah, I'm literally walking in a puddle on purpose. God, bird, you're loud enough. So, when you run out of your 55 for prepaid, I was really curious about this, and I asked them, and I got different answers from all the AT&T people. And then I asked the last person who kind of know more about stuff, and they told me, right, when you burn up all your data on a prepaid plan before your automatic renewal date, which they set for you based on the interval, a 30-day interval, if you burn up all your data, you stop. There's no overages, there's no extra charging, your data on that plan stops. And I know that for a fact now because I was trying to stream the other day and I was like, what's going on? Why did my hotspot stop? And I went to go check my thing and all of a sudden I was getting the thing saying, you don't have a data plan anymore, you need to get a data plan. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm going to swear less, I promise. And it turned out that it was because I had run out of data. So I was in the car driving to the airport yesterday, 2 days ago, and I said, what's up? What's up with this? What can I do? And they said, oh, you just have to call in and renew it. Otherwise, it'll renew on June 1st. I said, well, okay, so what happens if I run out of data again? How do I get by that? You go, well, you can just go to the website and do this thing where you have to change your account to a different account and then change it back, and then that will cause you to renew, which is kind of quirky, right? There's no button for it. Or you can just call them. So the answer is, when you run out of data on any one of your modems, particularly your hotspot, which is super important because my phone goes through the hotspot. And so my phone is going to burn up more data. I'm sorry, the hotspot account is going to burn up more data even though I have the same exact prepaid as the other one. It's going to burn up a lot more data. Because I'm going to be streaming, I'm also monitoring my stream, so I have stream data going to and from it, so I'm going to burn that data a lot faster than all the other accounts, which is fine. And before I was like, oh, I'm going to lose it, right? No, you don't lose it. Now, there's one thing I haven't figured out yet. Oh, sorry, I don't think I'm fast. There's one thing I haven't figured out yet, and I'm going to find that out next week. But, so one thing I know for sure, when you run out of data, you're done. It auto renews on the 1st, and what I don't know is if you don't burn up all your bandwidth by that time, is it automatically going to take it away? And I think I know the answer to that. I don't know though, but I think the answer to that is you're going to lose it. It's like a use it or lose it situation. It's not like they're not going to say, oh, you know, like you have, I think you have 30 days to use the bandwidth, and if you don't, you're going to get recharged anyway, right? So it's actually better to run your data out and call it in to have it renewed than it is to not do that. So these are like account management things that are a big deal. But when you're running 3 accounts at $55 an account, that's, you know, that's no small change, right? But you get, you know, really solid quality and stuff. And if you saw the quality is 720, which I'm never doing. No, I got the money for it from the Twitch stream is paying for. I'm shooting for Rob CD quality. I mean, I've seen a lot of IRL streams, and they're all over the gamut. There's a gamut of them. They're all over in quality, right? And Rob CD's quality has got the best right now, and he's doing the thing. And he has 2. Right now, he's running 2 modems. He just runs the 2. So, and I'm running 3 modems, but I have a feeling. I mean, as of this moment, it automatically, if 2 modems are cutting it, it's like I don't need a 3rd modem, and it just shuts the other modem down. It's either that, or when I turn the 3rd one on, it like throws it. Guys, I know you're here for the sunset, but I'm just giving technical details. If I turn this 3rd one on, within probably 10 minutes so far this morning, I'll get a capture card error. And I'm almost positive it's because I'm pulling too much power out of the bellow box, which makes me think that if I were going to do this again, I would do an independently powered USB adapter, which I think you can do. I think that's what the USB-C port is for on the USB on the adapter that I have. It might be that they got wiggled. You know what I mean? Either way, having the one Ethernet and the other 2 USB. Now, the thing that worries me is that this says Ethernet. So I think what's happened is that those IP addresses for the Ethernet are getting routed through how it stalled. It just stalled. I can only run the 3rd modem for a little while, and then it stalls. And then it starts back up. But see, it's still there. I didn't drop the stream or anything because the Ethernet one is still there. So this is a little bit of vlogging here that I'm doing for myself because I want to be able to go back and watch this. So this is what's happening. And we're kind of done streaming for today, so I'm just doing the tech stuff now. It will actually come back now. See it? It comes back and it says Ethernet 1 and 2. It's on the 192 network, which is hard-coded. I'm going to change those. So that's hard-coded and it has a conflict. And then it detects the conflict. The bellow box is so smart. It detects the conflict and it reassigns different Ethernet IPs. Watch. It'll like reset the IP. It'll reset it 2 Ethernet IPs to the 10 dot network. And they are Ethernet 1 and 2, so that's good to know. That's interesting because I thought it was going to show as USB 1 and 2, but that would be tethering, and that's what you do when you do the rising. Now see, the 1 is there. There. Now you see what it did? The thing I find interesting about the bellow box is it didn't turn both of them on. It only turned one of them on. And I don't know why that is. It's like, I got it. We got it covered here. I don't need another one. Now, as soon as I push on this, it will crash again. As soon as I bond the 3rd modem, it will crash again. So what this makes me think is I'm going to probably turn the autopay off on one of them until I can figure that out. Because it crashes every time. It like as soon as I have the 3rd one running, it crashes. And the crash is that it says the import source is dead. That means it's causing the bellow box to reboot. Better change TCP/IP yourself. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to change the TCP/IP by myself. That's for sure. But what I find interesting is the thing when it crashes, it drops the bellow box entirely. I don't know if you saw that, but it stops communicating completely. And I don't know if that's because it's all going through ETH1 or not, right? To me, those are USBs. Shouldn't they be showing up as USBs, modems? They're not USB tethered, but it seems odd to me that they would show up as ETH modems. Disconnect sometimes. You think I need the old school USB hub that has a plug? Yeah. I think so too. I think so too. I think the USB has to have independent power. Yeah, there's a graveyard. You haven't been there? This is like my regular walks. Yeah. Yeah, this is behind that Christian church. This is my normal walk. I'm going to start walking this route a little bit more regularly because it's a good sunset walk. Sunset in the graveyard. So we have an anchor powering some USB hub. 3 modems. Actually, not right now. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty common in America, by the way, to have a graveyard right next to a church. That dates back to the early days. Quality is good because Sony and he uses 3. No, GoPro is better than Sony by far. You cannot convince me otherwise. Yeah, that USB-C port is for power. Tammy, can you confirm that on the Ugreen that you sent me? The USB-C port is for power, right? It's not to charge USB-C. Is that right? Oh yeah. I was thinking that was it. Yeah. Which is really good. Yeah. So I have a. Oh, I wasn't sure if that was the one that was powered or not. It did say it was powered, but I didn't know if that was an extra USB like port, or if it was an inbound power port. Yeah. So that would explain everything. Actually, that would take care of everything because, and then I just have to assign the IP. Autofocus Sony on their cam when it was windshield wipers were going on, and it was insane. I was like, I don't want anything to do with it. I don't even have autofocus on, I don't think, right now. I think I turned it off. Yeah, I mean, I was already going to assign the IPs. Actually, my kids are home, so I didn't have time to do all that. But I took the IP. I actually had to upgrade the firmware first because I wanted to make sure that got done. And then I'm going to assign the IPs statically, so they just reassign automatically. And then I'll provide a power cable to that, which is good because I only have one more port for power. Yeah, that kind of worried me for a second. I only have one more port for power because I had to power the hotspot directly. Cemeteries are fenced and closed. Yeah, they do that usually around here. I mean, I don't. Well, I hope I have a power. If you know what, if I don't have a power port, I'll just plug the USB-C hub. Actually, you know what? I could probably clean up my wiring situation since I plugged the power into there. What I'll do is I'll plug. Well, let's see. No, that won't work. That won't work. Besides, I want to stay on Ethernet because, yeah, thermal considerations. In this particular case, I know that the problem is specifically because the wireless modems are out of power. There's not enough power. I think the bell box might even be smart enough to not fire up another one. It's like, you don't got the power, dude. I think that's what's going on. It's like, you don't got the power, I'm sorry. So once I get that power situation done, I can probably route some more things for the USB modem. I might even be able to run the capture card through there. But the capture card is directed in the bell box. It's good because you can rotate them around and shit. It's so great to, I'll show you my rig eventually. Yeah. When the modems charge themselves, they will draw a lot of current. This is way most likely tank the anchor's output. Maybe. Uh-oh, what happened? We lost signal like completely. God, we did it again. We dumped again. Wait, you know what? Every time it does that, it's like, I don't know what just happened there. It's like there's a power fluctuation with the camera. I don't know. I haven't given it a lot. I just kind of threw it together really quick this time. I think we might have like a power blip. I kind of wish on the power thing, I kind of wish I could have redundant power That would be so cool. Does anybody know how to do that? Because even if one battery went down, the other one would kick in. And that way, if I lost a power source, it would still have another one, you know? The one power, the one major power vulnerability is the power to the bell box. I wish you could plug 2 power sources into the bell box. Like, cause it has another USB-C port, micro USB. And I wonder if you could plug the power into that and then provide redundant power to the bell box. Because if it gets even a tiny power fluctuation, you're kind of fucked, you know. But I don't know. I think it's doing well. It's doing well right now. Because right now I got pogo around because it may drop on the power bus. I think that's it. I think you're right. VMT. I think the draw off the USB right now is brownouting it doesn't go all the way down, right? I think it's brownouting the bell box because it doesn't go all the way down. It doesn't shut the whole kernel down. It just like it has a network problem really quick, you know? So I think it's like, I think it's brownouting the bell box because there's no power. So the first thing to do will be to give the USB-C power so it's not draining all that power off the bell box. And then that will give bell box full reign on the rest of the power. You know what I mean? That will probably fix the problem. I bet all by itself that will fix the problem, which is good because I've only got 3 power outlets on the Anchor. Yeah, well, I have the power capacities there. The problem is that the power is not, the USB port is pulling too much power. And so I need to independently power that from the battery so the bell box gets the rest of the power for itself. And I wonder, it could be that the USB powers, is there like a capacitor or something that blocks the power coming from the USB back into the bell box? I wonder if you provide power to, the bell box, I'm sorry, to the USB port, if that power will actually go into the total consumed power available to the bell box and actually, capacity, battery, oh, right. Higher output capacity, yeah. Well, I mean, this whole problem would have been avoided. I thought for some reason, I didn't read the docs and I thought that our USB, it said powered USB port, you know, I thought that by powered, I thought it meant that it came with extra power. But then I'm like, I think about it, I was like, well, where's it going to get it? It would get it from the bell box anyway, right? So by having it be independently powered, that means the wireless modems will stay on no matter what. So even if the bell box hiccups, those modems don't have to reinitialize. Does that make sense? Because if both of the wireless modems are also independently powered, then when it hiccups, it will, even if the kernel went all the way down and came back up, those wireless modems are still functioning. Well, they'd have to reinitialize the USB devices though, because they are USB, so they'd probably have to get restarted, but it's not too bad. All right, time for me to take my muddy shoes off so my wife doesn't scream at me. I don't know. Oh my God. You guys see this? Kind of gross, huh? I got mud in my tripod. But on the sail. Yeah, it was pretty funny. You can go back and watch it. When you need to draw powers for a series of electronics, all sorts of transit limitations. Yes, I agree with that. I think that was the problem. Independent power. The problem really is how many. I've only got 2 outputs. I've only got 2. I got 3 USB-C power outputs from the Anchor battery. And one of them powers the camera. That one can't. I cannot fuck with that one. One of them powers the hub, which has been really valuable, and the other one powers the bell box. So I'm using all 3 right now. I have to figure out how to use the other ones. Why is there a hole in my shoe? because I stubbed my toe once upon a time years ago, or a year ago, half a year ago, and I haven't. My wife said she's gonna darn it for me. She's gonna put like a butterfly there or something. I know it's gross. I don't care. Go change the channel. Go watch somebody with boobs or something instead of my feet. There's a second battery. Yeah, there is a second battery. So, yeah. Now I think I know what I'm gonna have to do there. I don't want to do what I think I have to do, but I know what that is that I have to do. It's kind of a mess right now. Hello. Ouch. Yeah. Oh yeah, the shoe still works, of course. Yeah, it's like totally good. I'm like totally bald today, though. Regulated output, it's limited. So what do you think? Oh, besides falling. Caught you though. That's the problem with all these cables that I have. All these cables that I have. So I don't know what to do here. But you like, I don't dare take you in the house because things are crazy in the house. How's that? I kind of want to finish this conversation though. This is a good conversation. How's it going, Davey? Dalton? No, it's not VR chat. I'm very bald. Very, very bald. Sound and voice are not in sync. Yeah? Let me try something here. Here. I'll try it again. I'm good. Just messing with my stuff. It's like... Yeah, it did a restart. It just did a restart. Yeah, see? It did another restart. So it's those brownouts. We're definitely having brownout issues. Yeah. So here's a question I have. So the other anchor I'm probably going to run... I understand a lot more now. Now I understand why Rob CD's probably doing 2 anchors or 3 anchors. Because he's probably, because he has a speaker too. Is it good because it got restarted? Yeah. So this is my theory. He's running. You got the camera on one. You got the speaker on one. He's got a USB hub on one. Oh, right. The second one, yeah, go ahead. That's fine. Yeah, I'm just hanging out for a second. I gotta go back, but... Because when I heard that Rob City was running three anchor batteries, I was like, what is he using them for? And he's got one battery for his phone. He's got probably one dedicated battery for his phone, and then he has to have 2 anchor batteries to cover all his other gear. Now we know that, so now I get it. Now I know why you need 3. Now I know why you need 3, because if you don't have the 3rd battery, you're going to be drawing power off. You're going to shut your phone down. So that's why he has 3. I get it now. Yeah. Definitely focus on covering my topics. I'll try to read this. How actual technologies work. Learning programming is free time. Managers from the public sector are just not able, don't want to understand problems behind. They don't really care. No, they don't. They absolutely don't care. They just want it to work. I want my paper to focus on such issues to make them clear for public management community in my country. Because there is something substantial, I must definitely focus on covering my topic, maybe some tips on the problem. I mean, that's a tough one because that's a human problem. That's not a tech problem. The problem is people don't give a shit. They just want their job. They just want their job to be fulfilled, and they just want the stuff to work. And most project managers don't really care. They really don't care how it works. They just want it to work. It's very rare. So, and part of the problem is even if they did care and they want to understand, they can't understand. There's no way they can know all the tech. They just have to know how to get good people and trust those people. So, if you're going to write a paper about it, you need to write a paper about hiring good people and establishing trust between management and the engineering team. And if you know what Star Trek is, think about Star Trek, right? I know it's fictional, but if you look at the Star Trek team, you have the people leading the ship who have no fucking clue. I mean, they're smart, but they have no clue how the B'Elanna Torreses of the world can handle the engineering, but they trust them implicitly, and then they have engineers compete in front of them, different ideas. Holy shit! Somebody just threw water, dumped it over the patio. I'm glad I wasn't sitting there. That's kind of weird. Seriously, somebody just dumped a ton of water. It's like we're in Italy or some shit. Yeah, I don't. That's the best answer I can give you, Potato. Yeah. You're studying your master's in public governance in autumn. I still have not decided what topic of my paper. I'm not covering the issues of blockchain, digital currencies, cryptos. Blockchain and digital currency is a non-starter. It's totally dead, and I wouldn't talk about it anymore. It's gonna get you labeled as a fringe person. I wouldn't talk about it. Unless you're going to talk about how horrible it is for society. Did you hear about the merge coming up for Ethereum? In August, Ethereum's going to move to proof of stake, and it's the last nail in the coffin. If they fail, they're fucked. All of crypto is fucked. And they've already had failures in their coin that's on the side that's supposed to be testing proof of stake. If you're going to do digital, it's a total shit show. Studied social science for 4 years now. Social science, Mexican public governance. How can you cover digital currency without covering crypto or blockchain? So dumb right now, you're not dumb, Johnny. You're not dumb. You just haven't heard about it yet. I can't. Give me a think about that in terms of a paper, because you can write any kind of paper on sociology, right? I actually want to get a sociology major. I think it would be really fun. Social sciences are awesome. If I were going to write a paper on social sciences, I would write a paper on. Personally, I would write a paper on the failure of the new economy, the digital economy, the crypto economy, the new currencies, to address the needs of a currency in all societies. If I had any choice of what kind of paper to write, that's the paper I would write. And I would delineate all of the stuff. I would delineate all of the stuff that is not covered by all of these efforts that claim to be for the social good. They claim to be for social good, but they actually leave out all the people who don't have computers. And if I wrote the paper, I would conclude that there are a number of other things that have to be in place before anything like a digital currency can be argued to be good for society, because nobody can participate. So let me give you an example. So like, for example, do shady stuff in crypto, yeah. So for example, I went to go get the prepaid account for this streaming stuff, right? And they offered me like $30 off my bill. I was like, what? They said, yeah, apply now for a government-sponsored grant to reduce your prepaid costs. So I learned a bunch of things about social issues. Number one, people who don't have money or credit get prepaid mobile service. That's what they get. They buy a prepaid. I didn't know that.
So that was the first time I learned that. The second thing is that the American government, at least, has programs in place to reduce the mobile debt, the mobile bill, because you can't do anything without a smartphone today. I mean, let's be real. You can't. You can't even go see a doctor. You can't check in. You can't do anything without it. So apparently, and I didn't know when this happened, the government somewhere has voted in subsidies for people who are of a particular social order or level, and so they can get these. I'm like, how much do I have to make to qualify? Because I bought like 4 modems, and yeah, they have auto prepaid and stuff. So why do I bring that up? Because that is something solid that can be done to improve the infrastructure for all of society, so that everybody is connected and is a part of the digital generation. If I were to write a sociology paper today, the bottom line, I would write about the digital divide. And the digital divide is kind of passé. It's been written about a lot, but it's still a thing. It's like a real thing. It's a real thing. There's people with no computer. What are they going to do? You can't. All this autodidactic stuff that I'm talking about is completely pointless if you don't have an internet connection. You can't be an autodidact and go teach yourself and save yourself college debt and get yourself a kick-ass job and all that stuff that I talk about doing unless you have a fucking computer that's connected to the internet. If you don't have a computer that's connected to the internet, you have a social problem, period. So that's what I would focus on if I were going to go into the sociology thing. And I would say, fuck crypto, fuck all of this stuff, because all of it's based on everybody being able to participate in the digital world, and we haven't fixed that yet. So, digital divide. Digital divide. We cover the real problems of crypto and blockchain, which people don't see for some reason. Someone also asked me about my country. I'm from Russia. Yeah. So I would write about. I think the main thing, if I were to write a paper, because I love ranting about this, would be the hypocrisy of the crypto culture. I'm not talking about power consumption. All that stuff is real valid. I'm talking about the straight up hypocrisy from those in the crypto culture who claim that it's going to make society better. And you're like, that means people have to. So anybody who claims that crypto is going to make society better is making one really bad false assumption. Everybody can use a crypto wallet. You can't use a crypto wallet unless you have a computer. I mean, you can't, because you can't. Even if you put it on the internet, you'd have to go to the library to use your crypto wallet. How are you going to pay for gasoline? Well, we'll figure it out. But no, you can't even check your balance on a crypto wallet unless you have a computer. We haven't fixed that yet. And we especially haven't fixed it in Russia. Goddamn. Just buy one. Yeah, you can't do that. No, you can't just buy a computer. People, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, you're born in Norway, at least I could be a poor Latin American guy, yeah. I don't know, I think it's disingenuous when people say, oh, the problem is that people just need to get a computer. They're really cheap now. $100 is not cheap for a lot of people. I've worked with people, $100 is not cheap. They're barely making rent. They can't even get formula in America now. They're like, oh, just go to a milk bank. It's $100, $140 a month to go to a milk bank. The bottom line is we have a lot of other social issues that are, and if you want to talk about one that's tech related, and the digital divide, the haves and the have-nots, have a computer, don't have a computer, have an internet connection, don't have an internet connection. These people are radically divided. If you do not have an internet connection, how on earth are you going to do anything? How are you going to learn? How are you going to follow current events? How are you going to go do research? How are you going to be able to do anything? And it's not enough. It's not enough to put them in the libraries. There are kids. I've been to libraries and seen the computers being used by kids, and you can tell kind of Raspberry Pi. Yeah, but you have to have an internet connection. What's the Raspberry? You can get paid $60 for Raspberry Pi. People don't have $60. And then if you get a Raspberry Pi, how are you going to connect to the internet? You got to buy a router. A router is $60. You got to buy an internet connection, even a cheap ass internet connection. Okay, right, poor is different. Conduct a series of interviews and with people along the lines of some people in Africa don't have access to banking. What are the odds of having access to telecom infrastructure if you don't even have access to banking? I know. It's like they can't even go into a bank, let alone, yeah. The thing that bothers me about that is all of these, like, you know, well-intentioned but clueless people saying they want to help society, and they really don't want to help society. They either absolutely have no fucking clue and they want to help a certain type of society, or they don't really care. I mean, half of the world still doesn't have an internet connection. Half of the world, go read it. Half of the world has no connection to the internet. I think it's disingenuous. If you're going to try to fix the crypto problems, the problems with crypto, and you don't acknowledge that half the world doesn't even have a fucking internet connection, then maybe you should, like, rethink your priorities. That's what I think. Doesn't know what it means to be poor. Yeah. There's a lot of people that don't know. People learn by books, I guess. They do learn by books. But, I mean, these days, let's be real. There's those who have an internet connection who can change their own stars and do their own research and do their own, you know, reading and stuff. And people do with books, too. But it's a lot harder. There's been lots and lots of initiatives to help people get a computer all over the world. And not all of them work, you know, because it's a much more complicated issue. It's not like just give a person a computer and internet connection. You can't really do that because it'll get beat over the head and it'll get stolen from them and they'll take it to someplace else. It's the same thing with food. Like Somalia and every place was a total fail, right? Because we brought a whole bunch of food in there and it just powered up the warlords. There was no distribution of the food. There was no overseeing of it, and it just all went to the crime bosses, and they just got richer. So that's why, I mean, the whole thing is really complicated. It's never well, let's just give people food, or let's just teach them how to fish. No, you can't teach him how to fish if the person next to him is going to club him over the head, steal his boat, and take his boat out and fish, and then leave that guy to deal, and maybe even kill him and eat his meat, because it's just, you know, Indian towns, they tried. Yeah. The bottom line is this, and I actually learned this when I was at Nike, when I was working at Nike, because at Nike everybody was criticizing us at the time for sweatshops and stuff, and a lot of it's legitimate complaint. But most of the time, the stuff that they were complaining about was based on a complete lack of understanding of the situation. You can't go into a certain economy. You can't go into a certain economy, an emerging country, and just all of a sudden start paying everybody American wages. You can't do that. You can't do that. And I didn't fully understand it. I still don't fully understand it. But it has something to do, and this is where sociologists come in, you know, socioeconomic kind of people. They're like, no, you just can't do that. And they're not justifying greed or something. You cannot disrupt the economy of an emerging country like that. If you go in there and you say, we're going to pay this one company, you know, $20 an hour for this work or whatever, and everybody else is making $1 a day, all kinds of shit goes down that because it doesn't lift the whole country. You can pay them gradually more money, and you can, if you're really interested in the country, like, and some companies have done this, they'll invest in the infrastructure of the company and they'll kind of grow the whole world, the whole country, and get the whole cost of living for the whole country to come up, and then they can pay them, you know, what they want. And by the way, let's face it, there's no financial incentive for companies to do this. They are going over there because they're getting the cheap labor, and they're also making the argument that, well, we can't pay them more because it's going to disrupt their economy. So they're also not incented to do the other right things. So it's both problems. That's the problem. It's actually both problems. You know what I mean? It's both problems. It's, yes, the companies want the free cheap labor, and yes, you can't just go in there and pay them an American wage. It's both of those. So this is something I've learned about the whole socioeconomic thing from traveling and reading and stuff, at least in my opinion. I'm not a pro at this at all, but it's complicated. It's complicated. And the problem is we don't have the political will to do these things and to do the research and to try to figure out what actually works. And so we get a lot of, like, white saviors, in particular in America, who will pay thousands of dollars to fly to Africa when they got people all around them who don't have computers and stuff, but they're just not interested in helping. They'd rather fly to Brazil or Portugal or Africa and help people there and build a camp and make them a well and do all that stuff and bring back the photo show for everybody to show when they get back. They don't really give a shit about helping, but a lot of them really do. They just don't know what they're doing. and they don't have anybody to help them know what they're doing because it's complicated. And the people who actually understand these issues are so fucking busy like making substantial changes, they don't come up for air. Just like usual, the people that you hear from on these issues are not the people you want to hear from, because the people who actually know what's going on are so fucking busy doing it that they don't come up for air. They don't publish. They don't, do a lot of stuff. They're so busy doing it. The whole thing goes back to the whole mentoring idea. If you truly want to help here, then you need to think long term. How am I going to, first of all, how can I lift where I stand and help the people in my town? It might not be sexy, but that might be the thing to think about. I guarantee you there's people all over my apartment complex, probably, I would guess probably hundreds of them, that don't even have an internet connection right now. How do you even find those people? Do you go door to door knocking? Do you need an internet connection? Those kind of people are not the kind of people to show up to a soup kitchen and say, I would really like internet, please. And even if they were those people, I mean, the people that you want to find are super hard to find, because unless they're absolutely desperate, they're not going to a soup kitchen. They're making ends meet, and they're quietly going about their lives, and they're not going to make a difference. And you get people that are lazy Americans who have an internet connection. They just play games the whole time. They don't even try to change their stars. It's another problem. I don't want to talk about it. It makes me very frustrated. Is that Brazilians are hopeful people because 70% are popular Christian? Yeah. I heard impression like Norway, the sun here. Yeah, India is one of the happiest countries on the planet, according to the stats anyway that I read. Sometimes I wonder if no connection isn't that bad at all. In the States and Europe 200 years ago, they had real persons that are happy. Yeah. We're getting it for 3 years now. A little better place. Oh, that just has slightly. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's true. I think being connected to a UI has got definite negatives, but I think overwhelmingly technology is amoral, and I think it's a good thing. I'm pro tech to a degree, right? Computer free internet, so you could come get some laptops and just throw it away for internet, and you could go with the other. Yeah, absolutely. I actually tried to start that for a while with the people that I was mentoring at Christmas time or whatever. I still want to do it. We would go door to door and we would ask people to say, look, we have an affidavit, a signed affidavit from the court saying that we are legitimate, that we are bona fide, that we are not going to steal your data. And we would take old computers, because everybody's got one in their house that's got their old taxes on it or something, and they don't know how to get rid of it. Non-tech people, when they do taxes on the computer, they're so paranoid, they put it in the closet and it stays there forever. But if you go to them, I mean, I know this because if you ask a person to go find a computer, you say, ask around, go out. My grandma doesn't have one. I said, really? Go ask them and say specifically, do you sure you don't have one? Oh, yeah, it's tucked away. We don't ever use it. It's got taxes on it. We didn't want to give it away because it's got taxes on it. And then what you do is you like recycle the disk drives, right? And make a new computer. And then we take those computers and then we would find people that were, part of a program, and we would donate them to them. You got to be careful though, because if you donate a computer to somebody and they don't have the will to actually do any learning, they'll just play Fortnite or Minecraft on it the whole time, and that's not bad. But you gotta be a part of a larger plan. It's got to be a part of a larger plan. It can't just be, here's a computer, go watch porn and have fun, Impact the environment, yeah. India is one of the happiest. India is the bottom 10 of the World Happiness Index. That's not what I saw. Where did you read that? I would love to see that. If you have a stat. I mean, the last time I saw a stat on India was like 5 years ago. And you know what? Linux is a big part of that, right? Because you don't have to put Windows on there. You can put Linux on there, and that's another. Linux is actually a strategic part of this. If you put Linux on a desktop, they're going to have a harder time putting games on there. So you can put games on there, right? But they'll be more inclined to learn about web pages or to learn how to make websites or to learn things like that, I think. World Happiness Index? No, I'll go find it. I'll Google it. I'll Google it. I mean, it's the question is always like, whose stats do you trust, right? So I'd really love to see a potential to grow. So many natural resources. Oh yeah. The whole thing about doing it? Yeah. $100 laptop for trial 10 years ago. Yes. Yeah. They did that laptop thing. We have one actually. We have one of the original computers they wrote for that. If you live, get those resources, you get fucked. Oh, we did that last time. I think that hello. How's it going, Davey? I think the I need some coffee. I think that I think the Raspberry Pi is a big thing too, because the Raspberry Pi is minimally powered. But when you have a Raspberry Pi connected, first of all, you can connect it to any TV, so they don't need the screen or anything. They can go wherever they want, right? And the Raspberry Pi has this unique ability to make people want to tinker. It's like they see the electronics in it and everything, and they're like, wow, I want to learn about electronics, or I want to learn about robots, or I want to learn how to code this thing. And that's what I like about Raspberry Pis, is you can actually do that. You can, and there was actually an effort in South America. I don't remember what country. There was a guy here, there was a rich guy here. He used to bring his kid here, and he was actually consulting with the government about how to do this. And they created, not the Kano kit, but one of them. They created a kit that had a Raspberry Pi in it that was like really cheap. The whole entire kit was like $60, wholesale. And they just distributed them. They distributed them in the countries to different places. I mean, the thing is, though, you got to stop the person from selling it. Like, if you're really trying to help somebody change, there's more things. It has to be a part of a bigger effort. And I did the Mooresville Christian Mission training where they took us through. It's kind of a team effort to help a single family, because if you just give them resources, if they'll just sell them off, and some will, not all, but some will just sell them off and take the resources and go do something else. You have to actually have it be a part of like a peer group effort for them to try to learn. Otherwise, they've been so downtrodden a lot that they won't even try. But you can get some to try. Yeah. Raspberry Pi. Working with Arduinos. Oh, nice. That's fun. Our country needs to have a liberal government for 8 years. I just realized more that Muslim nationals install. Is it introduced? Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of effort issues there. I mean, I don't know how much of my family's awake. Let's go. I'm gonna go look around for a second. It's 8:13. All right, I think I'm gonna call it for today. So I'm gonna kind of do stuff, but if you guys can keep the conversation going, we'll put the fishies on here. It's been a good test, though. Thank you for everybody hanging out. Pure gaming and paranoia. Lots of nerdy strangers. What do I think about that? I do it all the time. I'm not afraid of it. I probably should be, but I'm too old to care. And we learned a lot about mud and equipment. So I'll see you later, everybody.